back at it again. It's been too long. It's been a couple months maybe since I've done one of these Belt Chronicles, and I felt like taking some time off and sort of recharging my batteries a little bit. I was kind of, how many episodes did I do? 16, 17 episodes to start with. And then I had some reviews, and then I did one fan fest so far at the time of filming. I got another one coming up in about 4 weeks. Supposed to do another one, but it ended up not working out. But I took some time off to not have to go research belts and edit stuff, whatever. So I haven't done this in a little while. We are starting today. Obviously, you've seen the title. With the NWA U.S. Tag Team Championships that were around from 1986 until 1992. Most notably, I think, associated with the Midnight Express. Cornette has said on his podcast multiple times that was Dusty's decision to keep belts on the Midnight for most of the time in order to make that belt seem prominent, or those belts seem prominent, because they had already been World Tag Team Champions. So it's a way to sort of validate this new belt to the TV audience. Even though they weren't the first champions, they did win a tournament and held them, I want to say 357 days. I know it was right around a year. I had to check online, but I'm pretty sure it's 357, but I could be off on that. If this is not a Reggie Parks made belt, it is the best counterfeit of a Reggie Parks made set of belts I've ever seen. Everything about this belt screams Reggie, even though I don't know this for a fact. It was Reggie's artwork in leather, but it looks that way to me. So we're going to jump into some details right now. I don't have a belt in front of me, obviously. I don't own a replica of this, otherwise I would have it right here. But the strap was not your standard black strap. It was a red strap. Your backing for that strap was black. You can see a photo of Bobby Eaton after they've won a match. I screenshot this off YouTube. I forget who the opponents were, but you could see the black backing, the snaps and as far as I know, there's only one set of these belts. They didn't swap them out and get new ones from Reggie, through that 6-year period. The snap count on your male end is 2x8, and you do have pretty defined snap boxes. This is right around the time Reggie starts doing tooling in the snap boxes, like the red logo Intercontinental had already happened. The red NWA TV had already happened. The Luger belt was around, and it debuted in the same year in 86. So, like I said, you do get pretty defined snap boxes, 2x8 on your male snaps. Your female snaps are 2x5. This is probably one of the first belts, I would say, that Reggie did that had a belt tip. So, seems like if I can't find one earlier than 86, because the Bulldog tags didn't have belt tips. But anyway, so yeah, you do have gold belt tips with the U.S. tags. There is clamshell tooling running around the length of the strap. And then near the female snap box, you have NWA stamped vertically into the leather. So those are kind of your strap details. This one's going to be kind of brief because, like I said, there weren't a whole lot of variants because as far as I know, there's only 2 belts that were around the entire tenure that this belt was on TV. So it is a 5-plate belt. There is no property plate. Obviously, you would have one where it's stamped NWA in the snap boxes, but there's not. I don't know if NWA is stamped in on the other side. I don't believe it is. I haven't seen. If I find a photo of it or after I edit this video or as I'm editing it, you'll see it. But 5 plates. The inner side plates do bear a striking resemblance to the inner side plates on the Luger belt, which also, in my mind, reaffirms this is a Reggie-made belt. And then if you look at the belts when Koloff had them, it was Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff that had them, I want to say. I don't think it was Nikolai Volkov. But anyway, you could see that the banners on the main plate are left gold. And then even when the Midnight get them, when the Midnight first get them, you could see on the inner side plates, there's no black background around those red, white, and blue shields. They're left unpainted. I cannot remember What episode it was, I wish I'd made a note, but it was either on Jim Cornette's The Experience or Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru. He said, we went to the hobby shop and we got hobby paint. And I don't know which one of them painted them in, but the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette, one of them, if not multiple, took turns, painting the belts in. So that's why the red, white, and blue banners were a thing. That's why the, like I said, the negative space around the shields and the underside plates became a thing. And that was due to Cornette and the Midnight wanting to make those belts pop. So that's pretty much all I have on this one. Next week's episode of the Belt Chronicles is going to be on the NWA World Tag Team belts. So we're going Nikita Molkovich, the brown strap, cast all gold. The ones that were the 25th silver anniversary that had the silver polished plates and a gold eagle on a black strap. We have the blue strap versions of the NWA tags, and then we also have the black strap versions when they started to have like United Tag Team belts, and like Gordy and Dr. Death held that along with the WCW tags. Also have, I have footage or photos of the Hollywood Blondes, Steve Austin and Brian Pillman with those belts as well. But those are the four versions of the NWA tags we're going to take a look at next week when we do another Belt Chronicles episode. I'll see you then.